It's Wine and Dine Wednesday. Welcome to Wine and Dine Wednesday. We gonna jump in and get straight to it. What's up, y'all? I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. It's the jump off. Cheers to the weekend. So let me take this off. Today we're gonna talk about me pulling out my hair. I look crazy. You definitely know that. And we talking about children today. So as we tap back into Wine and Dine Wednesday, we need to talk about what it is to be a survivor and what it is to be a mother and how you do this entrepreneurship, how you do this life and living, mothering with kids on a daily because it's hard. It's hard when you're a single parent doing it by yourself. Shout out to the single dads. This is women focused because I'm a woman and I'm empowering women, but it's dads out here that's struggling just as much as the single mothers, and it's hard to do it as a co-parent as well because sometimes, you have that co-parent, it's like, oh, you have the help, you have the support, but sometimes it's not 100% the help like you need it. Just because you have financial support doesn't mean you have the mental support, the physical support, or sometimes you'll have that physical support, but you won't have the financial support. So everything feeds off of each other. And I'm pulling out my hair, y'all. I am pulling out my hair because I am a mother of two. I have a 13-year-old and I have a one going on 2-year old. And he started his terrible twos when he was one, when he turned one. And like, it's been that long and it is that real that, he goes to work with me. He's on my neck when I'm on the phone, when I'm making calls. Like, it's hard for me to run my business with my child. And so today we talking about pulling out my hair because these kids will definitely make you want to pull out your hair. If you are new to Wine and Dine Wednesday, welcome to Wine and Dine Wednesday. This is where we come when we support each other. We have open conversation. This is a safe space. You mad because why? As y'all know, this is a transparent space as well. I always have my kids. I can't wait to the day that I'm Wine and Dine Wednesday with no kids because that's when I know I'm gonna be like really tapped in and really connected. I had to transition a little bit. I still do the support for the domestic violence survivors, but I don't want to continue to drag myself in domestic violence. I will forever use my voice. I will forever stand on that, but it's hard for people to talk about it alone. And now you want to talk about it publicly. That's even harder, and I can understand that. I could relate to that. I could respect that. So I don't expect women to really come up here and talk about it publicly, but if you are a woman able and ready and willing to share your story, your testimony might help and save a life. So I still promote that. I still am open to that, but you can contact me through my link at any given time if you need that type of support and help. But we're doing food and reflection for Wine and Down Wednesday. Wine and Down Wednesday is gonna turn into a food and reflection, a wine down like it's supposed to be. We'll have dance parties on the days that we can dance, and we'll have deep conversations on the days that we don't. As you know, we always have Wine and Dine Wednesday, Entrepreneurs Week. Every third Wednesday is Entrepreneurs Week, where we talk only business, strictly business. I don't know how well y'all can hear me with my son tugging that thing in the background, but it's live. We live each and every Wednesday. This is this is about me being consistent. This is about accountability. This is about me being accountable for myself, showing up for myself. Support is the one thing that is free and it's the hardest thing to find. I tell everybody I'm here to support you. I always give support. I always show love. We'll have a whole conversation one day about what that really means of giving love and showing love and how you love people and don't receive it back because that could take you out. That conversation could really go on for days and days and days and hours. And so I wanted to make this one about children because I find myself in a space where I'm dealing with depression, being transparent. I'm depressed. I went through postpartum depression having my second son, and I pulled myself out of it. I didn't go to therapy and counseling. There was no support. It was no help. It was nobody there for me. I had to be there for me. I had to put my boots on and keep going because guess what? Nobody don't raise my kids. Nobody don't take care of them. Nobody don't feed them. Nobody don't make sure they good. Nobody don't make sure I'm good for my kids to be good. So I had to do what I had to do. And it's hard because it's like a mountain. It's like a hill. Some days you're up. Some days you're down. And it's a trial, but you're not alone. This is something that a lot of us go through alone, and we feel like we don't have the help and we don't know where to go. And like I said, I didn't get the therapy, but sometimes you might need the therapy. Sometimes just reflecting and talking about it might be the help that you need to have that conversation with someone, because you never know who's going through what you're going through. Like, it may be somebody else in the same position, or every situation is never the same, that needs that support, that might just hear your story and it'll open their eyes, or hear your story and it'll make up their mind about what they should be doing and what they're not doing. So just know that support is real, and this is my support. This is me supporting me, and I'm here to support you because everybody needs support. Again, support is free, and it's the hardest thing to find. And when you are mothering children, it be your own kids. So I know it's hard. And sometimes we need that support as mothers. We need somebody to say, yes, I'm here with you. Or yes, you could come talk to me. Or yes, you know what? Strap that baby down. Come talk to me for 5 minutes. Get your 5 minutes of release, fresh air, and then go back to your baby and tend to him and get him calm and do what they got to do. Like, the realest thing the doctor told you when you have a baby is, if you're dealing and feeling overwhelmed, before you hurt your child, walk away. Make sure the baby is safe somewhere in a crib, in a stroller. Go walk outside, get some air, take a minute, breathe, woosah, recollect yourself, and then you go back to your baby. Because there's a lot of people out here killing kids because they be pulling out their hair. It's a lot of people killing kids because they don't have that release. They don't have that support. They don't know where to go to turn to get a break, or to have these uncomfortable conversations like, yo, I want to be that. I want to be him. I want to be him. And no, it's not the baby that made me feel like that. It's not the baby that we having this conversation, but sometimes people can't tolerate their babies. I ain't gonna lie, my baby be literally on my neck. Like, if you know me and you see me in my videos, on my lives, if you're in groups and classes with me, I know that baby be there. He be on my neck, and I be like ready to throw him across the room. Like, it literally takes everything in my brain. I thank God that I'm filled with love and patience, because it takes everything to not really fling him sometimes. And if I'm doing this and I'm so strong and I'm so healed and I'm so comforted, imagine what the next person want to do, or they're possibly doing, when they're not healed, or they don't feel that comfort and support, or they don't know how to pull themselves and woosah out of those upsetting moments. So, this is why we have these conversations. Like, don't pull out your hair. Take a minute. Even if your baby gotta cry, even if your kids gotta cry, even if your kids gotta scream and kick. If you got older kids, I hate you, I don't like you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the older kids, because my 13-year-old, he makes me need the support. He makes me need that glass of wine every Wednesday, Wine Dine Wednesday. He makes me need that glass of wine, because he be sending me up the wall. As these kids get older, they don't listen. They teenagers. They want to do what they want to do, and I used to be mad at my mother. I used to be mad. Oh, she's a bitch. F her. All of this shit. I used to talk hella shit to my mother. Now I would never even cross my mind to talk to my mother like that, about my mother like that. I hope my mother forgive me for all the things I ever said or did, you know, because now I see why she was how she was. I see the discipline. What the Bible say, spare the rod, spoil the kid. You have to beat your kids. You have to instill discipline in them. You cannot just keep cradling them, giving them what they want, letting them do what they want, because they will walk over you. And people think it's a color thing. Oh, the white people, no offense to anything I might say to this. If you take offense to it, I apologize, but it's no racial thing here with me. But people usually say, oh, the white kids, oh, the white mother, yeah, the white kids will get away with that. The white kid could do that. They beat their mother. Black kids do it too. And trust me, my kids be trying it. So I'm going to speak for my own. And my kids are not spoiled. I'm a young mother. So, younger mothers versus older mothers, that's a whole nother topic. But I'm a young mother, so in having a child, I was 21. I told myself like, I don't want my child to go through the things I go through or to be in the positions I was in. So, I might give him a little bit more options than I had as a child, or I might have spared him a few more ass whoopings than I should have, but I'm definitely paying for it now that he's 13, and I just had to today. If you know, you know, like, because he be getting out of control. And when your mother used to say, I brung you here, I take you out, listen, I'm about to paste that on the wall. I brought you here, I would take you out. You better remember that shit, because these kids will make you pull out your hair. And it's crazy because, as a mother, you love your kids. You would do anything to give your backbone for your kids, but they don't listen. These kids don't listen. They don't have no respect. So let's really talk about it. Like, how do you teach your kids respect? I teach my kid respect. I teach him what to say, to have manners, what not to do, and they still don't have no respect. And it's hard when your own kids don't respect you. Like, all right, it's one thing you see him out here in the street disrespecting people. Yo, don't do that. But when they disrespecting you and they don't listen, that's when it becomes too much. That's when it becomes overwhelming, and that's when it becomes all right. How do you expect me to work a 9 to 5 job? How do you expect me to come home, keep the house clean? You want me to take care of a toddler, and then I gotta raise a teenager, and the teenager don't listen. The toddler's driving me up the wall. He's a terrorist, and I still gotta be a girl. Excuse me. I still gotta be a girl. I still gotta run proper business. Like, it's so many different levels to this that I need a Wine Dine Wednesday. This is why I created this space on this day at this time. And, this time is very inconvenient. And eventually I'm gonna pick a time that works for everybody, or, the people who can't attend during these times, we'll have a replay for them. And sometimes it's even me. Sometimes I'm outside. Last Wednesday, I had to do it at the mall, and it was like really, let's keep it short, quick, in and out, because life be life, and you never know where life is gonna take you. You never know how your day may turn. You can pre-record and schedule all day and every day, but that don't mean it's gonna work out that way for you. That don't mean it's gonna go as planned. So you have to be able to be flexible. Like, being flexible is the biggest flex in parenting. Is the biggest flex in not pulling out your hair. Like, being flexible with me for Wine Dine Wednesday. I appreciate you guys being flexible, because some days it's hard. Some days I just want to be that person that goes in my room and close the doors and let depression takes over. And some days I'm like, are you kidding me? Depressed? Where? Me? This girl? Not gonna happen. If you know, you know. It's not gonna happen. And I can't allow that. And this is why this had to be talked about. This is why this is today's topic. So every week I usually drop a schedule, like, we're gonna do these topics, and I think my topics is gonna be strictly support, empowerment, entrepreneurs week, and community. Every week, it's 4 weeks in a month. Every week, we're going to either talk about support, empowerment, is going to be Entrepreneurs Week, or we're going to talk about community. Today, we're talking about pulling out your hair and children. That's something you need the community for, because it takes a community to raise a child. And when you are a single parent, when you are solo parenting, or even when you are partner parenting or co parenting, and sometimes your partner is not as active or involved as you might like, or is not home as much as you may like, it still feels like you're single parenting. It still feels like solo parenting. It still feels like I need a break, because I'm pulling out my hair. I'm pulling out my hair. Like, I be cracking myself up, yeah, but it's not even funny because it's real. This is the things that we need to talk about. Like, how are you dealing with this? Like, I would really like for you guys to drop in the comments suggestions, or for other women. I've never had to strap my child down and go outside and take a 5 minute woosah until literally like the other day. Literally until the other day, and it wasn't no I strapped him down, because if I have a toddler, it ain't no strapping down a toddler. But I know how to woosah. And it's so bad that I know how to woosah that my baby knows how to woosah because he be like, he works out with me, he woosahs with me. Like, they'll push you to that limit, but they know. They know when it's too much. You just have to know when it's too much. As a woman, as a mother, as a parent, you say, hey, little baby Zaza. That's the baby terrorist, y'all. These kids is terrorists. Children are terrorists. And if you let them, they will make you jump off the bridge. Don't jump off the bridge. Instead, come to Wine Dine Wednesday. Get your wine. Some Wednesdays we're gonna cook and we're gonna talk food. I'm not gonna cook. I'm gonna always sit and talk with you guys, but I may have a meal and indulge in my meal because I want to teach people how to cook. I didn't start cooking until I had a kid. So it's crazy, the conversation today is children. And of course, it always goes astray because I didn't really start cooking until I had a kid. Like my mom cooked all the time. I never really watched her. I mean, I always watched her, but I never really cooked with her. It wasn't until I was grown and had my own kids and out on my own and I had people to feed. Like, that mean, do you have your own people? Did you make people? Have you made people yet? Because I made people. I made 2 people. I made more like 10, but I got 2. It's it's like, yeah. Anyway, I'm breaking up. I needed to tap back in with me, but I made people, and the people might be like Martin, Bad Boys, Wusa. Martin wasn't even in Bad Boys, but how you be like, that's how you, that's how you call up Martin Lawrence. That Wusa, I needed that. That was the best thing we probably taught or learned from that movie. My best lesson, how to Wusa, because kids will do it to you. They definitely make you pull out your hair. They make you pull out your hair, especially when you're doing business. They make you pull out your hair, especially when you clean up and they go right behind you and they start pulling everything right back out. It's hard. This is why we need a support system. And no, you're not alone. No, it's somebody else out there with their kids that's frustrated, somebody else that's aggravated, somebody else who don't know where to place that and got how to deal with it. And so we're here to talk about it. I was gonna get my wine cooler and I ain't even get it, but I'm not even gonna drink today. There's other things on my mind. Money's on my mind. Winding down Wednesday. I was almost not gonna do it, but I'm like, I need to show up for me. And I haven't been showing up for a while because I've been discouraged and I'm worrying about who's here or who is it helping? Like, is it helping anybody? If you feel like something I said or something I did helped you, encouraged you, or moved you into a better space in any kind of way, tap in, let me know because that's what I'm doing this for. That's what I'm here for. And again, even if it's only for me, I can accept that now. 2, 3 months ago, I couldn't accept that. Like, why am I talking to myself on live? Why am I the only one here? Why am I the only one in the camera? Nobody's watching the replays, but I know I'm not the only one that's depressed. I know I'm not the only one that's stressed. I know I'm not the only survivor who say I survived domestic violence. I survived a house fire. I survived traumatic events in my life where I can stand here today and say I'm healthy, I'm whole, I'm happy, I'm healed, and I'm still healing. But I accomplished the fact to accept that I'm healed. I pat myself on the back for that because I've healed from a lot of things. Some things I'm still healing from. So when I say I'm healed, it's like, oh, how you healed and you healing? I've healed and I'm still healing. Like, that's just how it goes. That's how it be sometimes. Like, you can't control that. Like, only God could control that. I'm in this path where I'm learning me still and I'm learning to love the Lord and speak about it. And I always talk about how I don't want to talk about religion on here, but God moves. He moved me, He moves mountains, and it's real. And I know from my own experiences and things of that sort that put me in that space and had me get that acceptance and acknowledgement. But it's about awareness. Make yourself aware. Become accountable of your own actions. Build on you. Invest in you. You are the goal. You are going to be what you need to get to that next level, to get that release, to relieve that stress, even if it is just for the stress relief. Like, What is that thing that you do to make you happy? What is it that you do to calm down or wind down? What is it that you do? Like I said, everybody doesn't have to have wine. Wine is not a requirement. Wine is not something that you need, but some people use wine to come down from wherever space they've been in. Sometimes people use wine. I don't want to use wine. Sorry about that. But sometimes I would like some wine. I have a glass of wine. Some people need something stronger. Some people need music. I love music. Music is my go to. It's all about you, pouring into you. But don't pull out your hair. Because I be pulling out my hair. I'm trying not to pull out my hair. And you don't have to. There's people you could talk to, there's places you could go, there's things to do, there's community for you. This is my community. Come commune with me every Wednesday. It can be any time during Wednesday. I choose 7 o'clock because 7 o'clock is usually the time people get off of work. People really putting their kids down for bed. You can actually sit down and join the conversation or just listen in because I want to talk to somebody. I want to have open conversation. I want to be able to bounce thoughts and situations off of each other. You know, I want to be able to address my feelings and feel comfortable about it. Not feel like I'm being judged. Not feel like I'm being shaded or not worrying about how people feel about it. I don't care how nobody feels about nothing. This is me. This is Tanea. I'm Nate Star. This is Wine Dine Wednesday. This is my journey. And you could go alone or you could go together. It's up to you. Short and sweet. It's Wine Dine Wednesday. Don't pull out your hair. Make sure you discipline your kids, make sure you teach your kids, and make sure you take some time for you. Wine is on Wednesday is a self-care day. Make sure you take that time to care for yourself. Get over the hump. It's halfway through the week. It's hump day. Get get through the week. Take care of yourself. Take care of your kids. Don't beat them too much. Just make sure you discipline them enough and you woosah. You take some time for you and don't pull out your hair because it's people pulling out their hair. If you need some support, if you need domestic violence help, you need anything else, you know how to reach me. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow for more. We see y'all next week. We tapping all the way back in. I'm trying to get full throttle with this. Y'all don't understand. If it don't make me, if it don't break me, it makes me. Ain't nothing gonna break me. I'm done being broken. Them days of being broken is over. If you follow me on Instagram, I allow you to experience. This is the experience, and you already know that that B word is not even coming out no more because we talking seven-figure conversations. We talking money. We talking increase. We talking growth. We talking life. I need to be living. If you're not living, then you ain't doing nothing. People used to scream YOLO, no, YODO, YODO, YODO. You only die once, but you live every day. So make every day count. Make sure you get up and make sure you do something productive. Make sure you do something positive. Make sure if you don't do nothing, you get up and you smile. Your smile can change somebody's day, save a life. You never know. It might not be for you. This that I'm doing, it might not be for me. Telling my story and talking about it. Be stressed, y'all. Stress. It's so hard to keep going and keep going and keep doing. Just somebody, anybody, tell me that I'm doing right. I'm doing something right. I feel like I'm doing my purpose. I'm giving love. I be loving on everybody. That's all I know how to do is love people. I might not can't help you financially, and I'm not certified. I am not a lawyer. I am not a certified therapist. I have had my own counseling for myself, but on some real, on the real, it takes you. You have to believe in you, and you have to stay strong and love on you. It's Wine Dine Wednesday. Tap in with me next week. Bring the conversation. Let's talk about it.